Okay, good afternoon, all of you. In last lecture, we have solved numericals on bars in series. Okay, so today we will see numericals on bars in parallel. Okay, before that, please write down one point. Bars of composite sections. May audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please write down. Next point, bars of composite sections. Composite sections. Okay. I will draw figures simultaneously. You can also draw. Then I will explain what is the exact concept. Okay. So first we will see what is meant by composite section. If section is made up by using more than one material, if section is made by using more than one materials, then this section is known as composite section. Okay. So this is our definition of composite section. Once again, I will repeat. If section is made up by using more than one material, then this section is known as composite section. So see here, this section is made up by using two materials. Okay, suppose this is first material we will consider as a steel, and second material we will consider as a aluminum. Okay, so here also steel and here also aluminum. So section is made by using more than one material. It may be two materials, three materials, four materials. Okay, so if there are more than one materials, so this section is known as composite section. Okay. Now we have to solve problems for these composite sections. So here, this is total load. Amount of total load is applied on that sections. So this total load can carry by two different materials. Okay. So therefore, total load which is equal to total load which is equal to load taken by first material, load taken by first material plus load taken by second material, load taken by second material, okay. Therefore total load P which is equal to P1 plus P2, okay. Likewise we have to take addition of all forces, okay. So already one basic formula you know, that stress which is equal to force upon area. From this formula P which is equal to sigma into A, okay. So now we will use this basic formula in this equation, okay. Suppose this is our first equation, okay. We put the value of P in equation 1, okay, in equation 1. So after putting P which is equal to sigma 1 A1 plus sigma 2 A2, okay, this equation we got it. So this total force, बघा इथे काय होते हा आपला हे जे काही दोन सेक्शन्स आहेत ते रिजिड रॉडनी कनेक्ट केलेले आहेत. मग इथे टोटल फोर्स अप्लाय होते. सपोज total force applied is 1000 kilonewton, okay. So this 1000 kilonewton load will carry by these two different materials, okay. म्हणजे तो काही जो लोड असेल तो दोन सेपरेट मटेरियल आहे ते दोघंही कॅरी करणार आहे. That's why I have written here total load which is equal to load taken by first material plus load taken by second material. That is total force P which is equal to P1 plus P2. Already one basic formula we have studied it, that is stress which is equal to force upon area. I have converted this formula in terms of P. So force which is equal to stress into area. After that we have to put the value of force in this equation first. So P which is equal to sigma 1 A1 plus sigma 2 A2, okay. Therefore, now we will convert this formula in terms of del L, that is del L1 which is equal to del L2. So this force condition is over up to this point, okay. Now we will see second condition, that is displacement condition. This is displacement condition. For bars in parallel, at that time displacement condition is del L1 which is equal to del L2, okay. So del L1 which that we will rewrite epsilon 1 L1 which is equal to epsilon 2 L2, okay. Del L1 means change in length, okay. So epsilon 1 means strain. So how to find out? For that I will do here one equation, epsilon which is equal to change in length upon original length, okay. From that del L which is equal to, therefore del L which is equal to epsilon into L, that is epsilon 1 L1. So that's why I have written here, okay. For that this is base. So epsilon 1 L1 which is equal to epsilon 2 L2. Now we will assume epsilon 1 which is equal to epsilon 2, that is elongation in first rod or first material which is equal to elongation in second material. Already we have written here change in length in first material which is equal to change in length in second material. That's why I have written here strain in material 1 which is equal to strain in material 2. So after that this epsilon gets cancelled. So what is remaining? L1 which is equal to L2. L1 which is equal to L2. That much remain, okay. After that, from this we will write sigma 1 E1 which is equal to sigma 2 E2, okay, sigma 2 E2. This equation I have written from Hooke's law, okay, Hooke's law. Our Hooke's law states that sigma which is equal to E into epsilon. Therefore, epsilon which is equal to stress upon Young's modulus, okay. By using this basic concept, I have written equation for material 1 and for material 2. Therefore, we will convert sigma 1 which is equal to E1 upon E2 into sigma 2. Therefore, E1 upon E2 which is equal to M. So this equation is called as modular ratio. This M which is equal to modular ratio. Modular ratio. Okay. So once again, I will repeat. In bars in parallel, in that total load can carry by different materials. So when we are using force condition, at that time, we will divide total force in number of materials. So total force which is equal to P1 plus P2, that is load taken by first material plus load taken by second material. Okay. For that one basic equation, you know that sigma which is equal to force upon area. I have converted this equation P which is equal to stress into area. Okay. After that, I have put this value in equation 1 and from that you got this equation P which is equal to sigma 1 A1 plus sigma 2 A2. After that, we applied here displacement condition. Okay, so displacement condition for bars in parallel is change in length in first material, which is equal to change in length in second material. Okay, so for that, this base epsilon, that is strain, which is equal to change in dimension upon original dimension. Okay, so change in dimension, which is equal to strain into length. From this, I have written here equation. Okay, so here we assumed that change in length in first material which is equal to change in length in second material. From this, I have written here strain in one material which is equal to strain in second material. Okay. After that, we have put values here for this strain. For this strain, the value of strain is stress upon Young's modulus. So stress upon Young's modulus for material 1, which is equal to stress upon Young's modulus for material 2. Okay. So here put value of epsilon. Okay, value of epsilon. I will rewrite once again. Put value of epsilon and this value got from this equation. And finally, you got E1 upon E2 which is equal to M. So this is called as modular ratio. Okay. So please write down this. Please write down fast. If your writing is over, shall I take next point?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Now please write down next heading. Bars in parallel. Okay. Bars in parallel. Bars in parallel. Okay. So first I will explain bars in parallel. In that we have to see three types of problems. Okay, please don't write this. I will explain just for your understanding. So in that first is bars are connected by a rigid rod. Bars are connected by a rigid rod. And second is bars are connected by inclined rod. Bars are connected by inclined rod. And third condition, so that third condition is bars are connected by inclined rod, but hinge is provided. But here hinge support is provided. And here load is applied. Here load is applied. So bars in parallel, in that we have to solve problems for these three conditions. Okay, so first condition, in first condition bars are parallel but connected by rigid rod. So rigid rod means here deformation is not possible. Deformation is not possible. So we will see this rod is rigid rod. So in this first case deformation is not possible. Second case, in second case bars are parallel but connected through inclined rod. Here deformation is possible. Okay, here deformation is possible. And third condition we have to see bars are connected through inclined rod but hinge is provided. So for this we have to see three types of problems. Now we will see for first type. Okay, so please write down heading bars in parallel. In that first type, bars in parallel, bars in parallel, bars in parallel, connected by horizontal rigid rod, horizontal rigid rod, horizontal rigid rod. Okay, now I will draw figure simultaneously. You can also draw. Then we will write steps and after that we will solve problem. This is rod 1 and this is rod 2 and here total force is applied. So this is our first condition. Bars in parallel connected by horizontal rigid rod. So what is the meaning of rigid rod? Rigid means deformation is not possible in that rod. So this is called as a rigid rod. So this is our figure. For that there are two steps. There are two steps. First is force condition. First is force condition. In force condition, we have to add total force. So first is force condition. Therefore, P1 plus P2 plus P3 plus P4 plus dash 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 Pn, which is equal to P. So in force condition, we have to take addition of all forces. So P1 plus P2 plus P3 plus P4 plus Pn, which is equal to total force. This is our first condition. And second condition is displacement condition. Second condition is displacement condition. Displacement condition. So in displacement condition, change in length del L1, which is equal to change in length in second rod, which is equal to change in length in third rod, which is equal to dash 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 del Ln, which is equal to del L. That is total change in length. So here one basic difference, if bars are series at that time, force condition is P1, which is equal to P2, which is equal to P3. And displacement condition is del L1 plus del L2 plus del L3. But for bars in parallel, force condition is P1 plus P2 and displacement condition is change in length in first member, which is equal to change in length in second member. So we have to apply these two conditions and solve problems. Okay. So please write down these two steps, then we will solve problem. And for finding out this del L1, already we have derived one equation, sigma, which is equal to E into epsilon. Okay, therefore stress, which is equal to force upon area. By using this basic concept, strain, which is equal to del L upon L. By combining all these equations, by combining all three equations, we derived one equation, that is del L, which is equal to PL upon AE. Already we have derived in starting. Okay, so please write down this. Then we will take problem. Please write down fast. Let me know after your writing is over. Okay, one announcement for all students. Please don't put your roll numbers in chat box. I will take screenshots whenever I want. Okay. So please don't write your roll numbers in chat box. Also one announcement for all. I will take screenshot at any time. Maybe at starting, maybe at middle, or maybe at ending. So if you are absent, then I will mark absent. Okay. So some students are joining lecture in starting and they are trying to left. That's why I will take screenshots at any time. So please don't write your roll number in chat box. Okay, if your writing is over, shall I take next problem?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, write down problem fast, then we will solve. A steel rod problems on bars in parallel connected by horizontal rigid rod. Horizontal rigid rod. Write down first problem. A steel rod rod of cross-sectional area 1500 mm square, 1500 mm square, and two brass rods each of cross-sectional area 1000 mm square, 1000 mm square. Together support support a load of together support a load of 110 kilonewton, 110 kilonewton as shown in figure, as shown in figure below. Show figure below. Full stop. Find stresses in the rod. Find stresses in the rod. Find stresses in the rod. Full stop. Take modulus of elasticity of steel. Take modulus of elasticity of steel and brass, as 200 GPa and 100 GPa respectively. Okay, I will draw figure. Simultaneously, you can also draw. Then we will solve problem. Here load is applied, total load is 110 kilonewton. Okay, so here height of this brass rod is given and this is 100 mm. This is 100 mm. This is also 100 mm. Okay, and this height of steel is given and this is 70 mm. This is 70 mm. This is steel material. This is a rod of steel and this is second material is I think brass. This is brass. This is also brass. Okay. So this figure is given. So first, our first step is we will write given parameters. Okay. given. So which parameters are given? Total load is given. Okay. So P which is equal to 110 kilonewton. After that, 2 brass rods are there and 1 steel rod is there. This is brass rod. This is also brass rod and this is steel rod. Okay. So area of steel, which is equal to, area of steel is given na 1500 mm square. So 1500 mm square. Okay. Length of steel also given. Length is 70 mm. Length of steel is 70 mm. Now we will see for brass. Observe here, the length of this brass rod is same. So we will add area of these two rods together. So area of brass, which is equal to 1000 plus 1000, which is equal to 2000 mm square. 2000 mm square. बघा एका रॉडचा एरिया 1000 दिलेला आहे, तर आपल्याकडे ब्रासचे किती रॉड आहेत? 2 आहेत. सो टोटल एरिया विच इज इक्वल टू 2000 mm square. And length LBR, which is equal to length of brass material, which is equal to how much?
Hundred mm.
100 mm. 100 mm. So these parameters are given. Also, two parameters are given. That is Young's modulus of steel, EST, which is equal to, and E brass, which is equal to. Now you tell me Young's modulus for brass, which is equal to how much?
100.
Steel
100 GPa. Okay, good. 100 GPa. And for steel, that is
200.
200 GPa. So these parameters are given. Now we will solve problem. So our first condition. What is our first condition? Force condition. We have to apply first condition, that is force condition. In force condition, we have to take addition of all forces, that is force in steel plus force in brass, which is equal to total force, that is 110 kilonewton. Okay. This is our equation 1. This is our equation 1. This is our force condition is over. Now we will see displacement condition. Displacement condition. Displacement condition. So displacement condition is del L1, which is equal to del L2. That is change in length for steel, which is equal to change in length for brass. Okay. So how to find out this change in length? By using PL upon AE formula. So force for steel, length for steel divided by area of steel into Young's modulus of steel, which is equal to, here also same formula, force for brass into length for brass divided by area of brass into Young's modulus of brass. Okay. Now we will rearrange this equation. Okay. Therefore, PS, that is force in steel, which is equal to. Now I will keep this force in steel only LHS side, and this LS, AS and ES I will shift here. Okay. So from that, length of brass divided by length of steel into ES. So Young's modulus of steel divided by Young's modulus of brass into area of steel divided by area of brass into P brass. Okay, I will explain this how to rewrite. बघा इथे काय तुमचा LS आहे, आपल्याला काय करायचंय तो शिफ्ट करायचा आहे. So this is in numerator. When we shift at right side, at that this will going to towards denominator. So LB upon LS. After that, this AS at denominator. So after converting, this will go at numerator. So AS divided by here AB is there already. Now you observe this ES at denominator. So this will go at numerator. So ES divided by EB into force in brass already is there. Okay. Now we will put values. So we have to find out force in steel. So PST, which is equal to length of brass rod. How much length is 100 divided by length of steel rod is 70 into Young's modulus of steel 200 divided by Young's modulus of brass 100 into area of steel 1500 divided by area of brass is 2000 into PB. Okay. Now you observe here. Other units are in mm square and this EST is in GPA. बघा इथे तुम्हाला युनिट कन्वर्जन करायची काही गरज नाहीये. जर तुमचं Young's मॉड्युलस फॉर बोथ मटेरियल युनिट सेम असेल तर ते डायरेक्ट तुमचं कॅन्सल होणार आहे, त्यामुळे चेंज नाही केलं तरी चालेल. थ्रू आउट सेम असलं पाहिजे असं नाहीये, पण त्या लेंथ साठी किंवा त्या पर्टिक्युलर Young's मॉड्युलस साठी किंवा त्या पर्टिक्युलर एरियासाठी तुमचं काय पाहिजे, युनिट सेम पाहिजे. ओके. So do calculations and tell me relation PST, which is equal to how much time PB.
$21.42.
Please repeat once again.
21.42.
Something is incorrect. Please check once again. 100 divided by 70 into
2.14.
Yes, this is correct. 2.14 times force in brass. Okay. Already total force is given. Total force is given. So now we will put values here. Okay. We will solve this equation. PST plus PBR, which is equal to 110. Okay. This is our equation 1. Now we will put value of PST. So value of PST is 2.143 PBR plus PBR, which is equal to 110. So this 2.143 plus 1, that is 3.143 force in brass, which is equal to 110. Therefore, force or load in brass, which is equal to 110 divided by 3.143. You calculate and tell me load taken by brass, which is equal to how much?
35.03 Newton.
35.03.
34.99.
34.99.
30.
Yes, 34.99 is correct.
99.
34.99. Now you tell me the unit of this load is. What is the unit?
Kilonewton.
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 Kilonewton. Because of this 110 force is in kilonewton. So load taken by brass rod is 34.99 kilonewton. Now we will find out for steel. Therefore,
55 घेतलं तरी चालतं ना?
yes, no problem. PST, which is equal to 2.143 into load taken by brass. Therefore, PST, which is equal to 2.143 into 34.99. You calculate and tell me load taken by steel rod, which is equal to how much?
74.98.
74.98 or 75? 74.98 kilonewton. So these are the loads taken by two different materials. So load taken by steel is 74 and load taken by brass is 34.99. Okay. Now last step. In our problem, we have to find out stresses. Okay. काय फाइंड आउट करायला सांगितले बघा आपल्याला? स्ट्रेसेस फाइंड आउट करायला सांगितले. तर आपण काय फाइंड आउट केले आतापर्यंत? लोड फाइंड आउट केलाय. सो अवर लास्ट स्टेप नंबर 4, find stresses. Find stresses. Find stresses. So first we will find stress in steel. Find stress in steel. Now you tell me how to find out stress in steel. Sigma ST, which is equal to, how to find?
Force upon area.
Force in steel divided by area of steel.
Area in steel.
Force in steel. How much force? 74.98. Okay. Now area is in mm square. So we will convert into Newton. That is 10 raised to 3 divided by area is 1500. Therefore, sigma ST, stress in steel, which is equal to how much?
49.98.
49.98
98
Newton per mm square.
mm square.
This is stress in steel. After that, we will find stress in brass. Stress in brass. So sigma BR, which is equal to, same formula you have to apply. P brass divided by area of brass, which is equal to, load taken by brass is 34.99 into 10 raised to 3 divided by area. बघा हा लोड जो आहे तो 2 रॉडनी घेतलेला आहे, त्यामुळे एरिया पण काय घ्यावा लागेल आपल्याला, दोन्ही रॉडचा. सो एरिया इज 2000. Therefore, stress in brass, which is equal to how much?
17.49.
17.49
49.
Newton per mm square.
mm square.
This is our final answer. If you have doubt in any step, please ask me. I will repeat once again. आहे का कोणाला काही अडचण, कुठली स्टेप समजली नाहीये वगैरे? Just I will repeat within 2 minutes. You have to first write down given parameters. After that, you have to apply force condition. In force condition, total load, which is equal to, total load can carry by 2 different materials. That is force or load taken by first material plus load taken by second material, which is equal to total load. After that, you have to apply displacement condition, change in length in first member, which is equal to change in length in second member. Okay. For that, you write formula PL upon A. After that, you convert this formula in terms of whatever you have to find out load. So for first load, and after that you get one equation. From this equation, you able to find out load taken by one material. After that, put this value in total load and find out load taken by second material. Once you got load, next step you have to find out stresses. So stress, which is equal to force upon area. If you have to find out stress in steel, at that time you put load in steel or force taken by steel divided by area of steel. Same way you have to find out stresses in stresses in brass. So these are the steps to find out or to solve problems on bars in parallel connected by horizontal rigid rod. Please write down. Okay, if your writing is over, shall I take next problem? Okay, please write down second problem. Two copper rods. A two copper rods, and one steel rod, and one steel rod, one steel rod together supports together supports load of 250 kilonewton, load of 250 kilonewton, 250 kilonewton, full stop. Find stresses in each rod, find stresses in each rod, find stresses in each rod, full stop. Take Young's modulus of steel, take Young's modulus of steel and copper as 200 GPa, 200 GPa and 80 GPa, 80 GPa, 80 GPa. Draw figure fast. Okay. Now we will write first step. May audible now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, given. So here 2 copper rods are given and 1 steel rod is given. Okay, and total load is 250 kilonewton. So 2 copper rods are given. Therefore, area of copper rod which is equal to 10 plus 10 which is equal to 20 centimeter square. Because of here 2 copper rods are there. Area of steel which is equal to 16 centimeter square. Length of copper rod which is equal to 14 centimeter and length of steel rod which is equal to 21 centimeter. Young's modulus of steel rod which is equal to I think 200 na? 200 GPa and Young's modulus for copper rod which is equal to 80 GPa. 80 GPa. Okay. Same procedure we have to follow. So in first step, we have to apply force condition. Okay, we have to apply force condition. So we will apply force condition. So in force condition, load taken by copper rod plus load taken by steel rod which is equal to total load 250 kilonewton. This is our equation 1. Then third step is displacement condition. Then third step is displacement condition. Displacement condition. In displacement condition, del L copper which is equal to del L steel. That is change in length in copper rod which is equal to change in length in steel rod. Okay. So how to find out this change in length? Load in copper, length in copper divided by area of copper into Young's modulus of copper which is equal to same. Force in steel, length of steel, area of steel and Young's modulus of steel. We will convert equation. So PC which is equal to LS divided by LC into, that is length of steel rod divided by length of copper rod into Young's modulus of copper rod divided by Young's modulus of steel rod into area of copper rod divided by area of steel rod into force in steel rod. We will put values PC, that is load taken by copper rod which is equal to length of steel rod. How much length is 21 and length of copper 14 into Young's modulus of copper rod is 80 divided by Young's modulus of steel rod is 200 into area of copper rod 20 divided by area of steel rod 16 into PS. Therefore, PC which is equal to how much times PS? You tell me equation this. Solve fast.
0.75.
0.75. Yes. Okay, suppose this is our equation A. Now we will find out forces. So how to find out? One equation with you. From equation 1. From equation 1, PC plus PS which is equal to 250. Now we will put value of PC. So PC is 0.75 PS plus PS which is equal to 250. So 0.75 plus 1 is 1.75 PS which is equal to 250. Therefore, load in steel which is equal to 250 divided by 1.75. Therefore, load in steel which is equal to how much?
142.85.
85 kilonewton. So that much load can take by steel rod. Now we will find out for copper rod. So we will put value of PST in equation 1. So equation 1 is PC plus PS, which is equal to 250. So PC plus 142.85, which is equal to 250. Therefore, PC, which is equal to 250 minus 142.85. Therefore, PC, which is equal to how much?
107.15.
107.15 kilonewton. So that much load can carry by copper rod. And then last step, you have to find out stresses. Okay, we have to find out stresses. Last step, step number 4, find stresses. Find stresses. Okay, so first, stress in copper rod. So how to find out? Sigma C, which is equal to force in copper rod divided by area of copper rod. So force in copper rod is 107.15 into 10 raised to 3 divided by area is given 16 centimeter, no? No, 20, no? So 2000. So calculate and tell me sigma C, which is equal to how much?
53.57.
53.57 Newton per mm square. Same way, we have to find out stress in steel. So second part, stress in steel rod. Therefore, sigma ST, which is equal to force in steel rod divided by area of steel rod. So force in steel rod is 142.85 into 10 raised to 3 divided by area of steel rod is how much? 10 centimeter or 16?
16 centimeter.
Okay, so 1600. Calculate and tell me sigma ST, which is equal to how much?
89.28.
89.28 Newton per mm square. This is our answer. Please write down fast because of I think some students have backlog lecture. If anybody have doubt, please ask me. Otherwise, please write down.
Ma'am, answer kilonewton per centimeter square मध्ये पण आला असता.
No problem. You put value in kilonewton as a load and value of area is in centimeter square. No problem. युनिट पण पाहिजे थ्रू आउट तुम्हाला. कुठल्याही युनिट मध्ये फाइंड आउट केलं तरी चालेल. Okay, so today we will stop here. Similar problems or next problems we will take in next lecture. Thank you for attending lecture. Can I stop if your writing is over?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you for attending lecture.